Thank you for that welcome, Madam Chair, and thank you to our witnesses. Like all of us, I am incredibly relieved that we have two highly effective vaccines and more to come in less than a year's time. And I cannot overstate how grateful I am to the scientists behind these achievements. Now, that said, as we all know, it'll take months to immunize the country, and the more this virus spreads, the more mutations we will see. So to successfully reopen our communities and especially our schools safely, we just need more tools in our toolbox to contain the virus and prevent its spread. This is really hard when asymptomatic people spread the disease and much of the nation still does not mask or distance. So surveillance testing helps pick up evolving outbreaks once a disease is under control. But right now, rapid at-home antigen tests done on a regular basis could dramatically slow the spread. So for regular at-home testing to work, the test would have to be cheap enough for people to use every day or two, see if they're shedding the virus, and then just take themselves out of circulation. Guess what? Home tests like this already exist. I'm really close. But the ones that are currently available are way too expensive for daily use at $25 to $50 per test, some requiring a prescription and equipment. But here's the thing, the components are really cheap. Produced at scale, they could cost less than $1 each. Did you know that the $15 pregnancy test in the store wholesales for 70 cents? And this is the same concept. So why aren't they already in our hands? Well, there's lots of reasons, but one is that big companies are buying up those components and their profit margin's higher for making a $1,030 test as opposed to $30,001 tests. So another is that the Trump administration didn't put its weight behind this concept. And meanwhile, a year later, 441,000 dead, more than 3,000 dying every day, and daily at-home testing would bend the curve. So I want to ask about that. Dr. Borio, thank you for your service. In January of last year, you co-authored an excellent article called Act Now to Prevent an American Epidemic, and you encouraged government agencies to work with private partners to achieve robust testing. And so I want to ask you about antigen tests. To your knowledge, Dr. Borio, has there been an effort to establish an independent comparative evaluation of different antigen tests, like a head-to-head comparison of test accuracy to find the best ones?
No, I'm not aware of a head-to-head effort. I'm encouraged that the new administration has established a pandemic testing board, which will look comprehensively across all issues around testing.
Great. And I understand there is this kind of test at the Frederick National Lab for serology or antibody tests. And so it sounds like we could do the same thing for these lateral flow antigen tests.
There's no reason why not do comparative assessments of the different tests.
Great. And then if we did this comparing apples to apples and found the best test, could we procure the materials at scale to drive down the price for the American people?
That I do not know.
Okay, because we would need millions every day. And then to your knowledge and from your prior experience, did the Trump administration dive in and take an active role in the testing, approval, procurement, and manufacturing of these sorts of tests?
So the prior administration did quite a bit to interfere with FDA's independence in regulating these tests in public health emergencies. There's been a lot of confusion as a result of this interference. I think FDA is now poised to be able to regain its step on its mission to make sure that the American public has access to tests that work as intended. And they don't have to be the best tests in the world. They just have to work as intended. And do we understand their limitations?
That's exactly right. You could have an imperfect test, but if you do it every day, if you don't catch the disease on Monday, you'll catch it on Tuesday and you'll stay home from work or school. Thank you for that answer. And that explains some of the holdups. So I do, Dr. Borio, and all of our witnesses, this has really been a pleasure today. I can't wait to get these tests into every home in the country and open up our economy and get our kids back to school safely and kind of layer these layers of Swiss cheese. We can have masks and distancing and cleaning and rapid tests and vaccines, and we'll get much farther much sooner. Thanks so much. I yield back.